You're listening to
Catholic Sprouts,
the daily podcast for Catholic kids that strives to plant seeds of faith. Hey there, Sprouts. Today is Tuesday, November 27th, 2018. This week on the Catholic Sprouts podcast, we are talking about materialism, meaning our desire to own things, to get things, to have a whole bunch of money, all those things that lead us to sin. Yesterday, we talked about the disappointment we often feel after we get that thing that we really, really wanted. And the reason why we feel disappointed is because we're trying to fill a hole in our lives that only God can fill. And the more we chase material things, actually the sadder, the more disconnected from God that we will be. Today we're going to tackle a big question. So yesterday we talked about how it might not be good to own too many things. The question that a lot of children ask then are, well, if materialism is bad, then should we own anything? Are we called to own nothing? Well, the simple answer to this, my friends, is that most of us are called to own possessions. Most of you will probably grow up to be moms and dads. You'll marry someone, you'll start a family, and as a father or a mother, it is your duty to take care of that family. It is your duty to have some sort of place for that family to live, to purchase food for them to eat and clothes for them to wear. All of these things are necessary. All of the things that we long for and own, they are necessary. There are a couple of you that might be called to own no possessions, actually. There are various religious communities in our Catholic Church where the members literally own nothing. For example, Franciscans, who were founded by St. Francis, many of them own nothing. They don't have a place to sleep. They depend on the charity of others. And they do this, they live this special set-apart life so that they can more easily move around and minister to others. They, of course, are not married. They do not become parents. And because of this, it gives them more freedom to own nothing. Now, most of you probably own stuff already, so it's okay to own things, but we always need to ask ourselves one question. We need to ask ourselves, do I own this thing, or does this thing own me? Now, that might sound like a silly question, because really, how could a set of Legos own you? And of course, I don't mean it literally. Here is what I mean. When we have something that we own that we really love, sometimes it consumes a little bit too much of us, and it makes us do mean or nasty things. For example, if you have a Lego set that you love, that you built and you're so proud of, you just love it. If you have that Lego set, but it makes you do mean or nasty things to your siblings, you won't share it. You won't even let them look at it. You won't let them touch it. You won't teach them how to put it together. Then I think we have crossed over into dangerous territory. Remember, all of the things on this earth were created by God. They were created as a gift for us, a free gift. We didn't do anything to earn it. And so when we give gifts to each other, when we own things, we are called to be generous like God, to share what we have, to give what we have. Now, we're not called to give away everything we have, and it's never a good idea to give Legos to a baby. But really, if what we are owning is making us into a mean and nasty person, then it owns us more than we own it. And so, Sprouts, here is my challenge for you today. When you are looking at something you love, some possession you have, whatever it might be, I want you to take one quick second and I want you to think this prayer. I want you to think, remind me, O Lord, that all of the gifts I have are gifts from you. That's it for Catholic Sprouts today. We'll be back tomorrow, but until then, continue to grow in your faith and truly sprout into the beautiful creation that God intended you to be. And finally, a quick heads up to the parents. As we work our way through November, we of course are looking forward to December and Advent. Here on the Catholic Sprouts podcast, we will be spending all of Advent exploring the Jesse tree, meaning we will be talking about many of Jesus' ancestors as a way to prepare our hearts to welcome him at Christmas. If you would like to explore the Jesse tree even further at home with your family, I encourage you to look into a beautiful new resource. It's a devotional book for Catholic families that explores the Jesse tree. It takes the stress off of you, gives lots of biblical context, and also is designed to truly teach children about the amazing plan that God has had in place for our salvation from the very, very beginning. To explore this book and the ornaments that go with it, head to DoSmallThingsWithLove /Jesse-Tree.